Computer. Okay. Okay. So the first thing, welcome. I feel like this is the first time I've actually done like a power hour for our team call. That's like live and not me just doing like a live chat in our team page. So I hope this works. You guys will have to let me know like when we're done if you like this like format or if you'd rather have me do it in the team page just like live, you know. But I wanted to go over, did you guys see, I believe I posted in the Freedom Tribe group, but the increase your monthly income by $1,000. You guys see this PDF I posted in there?
I did.
You did? You did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about this a little bit because this is going to kind of, like, we're going to do our power hour, but sometimes when people, like, sit down and do their power hour, they don't necessarily know, like, numbers. And this business can come down to kind of being, like, a numbers game. Like, if you want to hit Emerald, you're going to need to probably talk to more than just 2 people. If you want to hit Diamond, you're going to have to talk to more than just 8 people. So if you want to hit Success Club, you're probably going to have to talk to more than just 3 people. So a lot of times I have found people will tell me like, well, no one's interested. Everybody's saying no. But then when we look at like how many people they're actually talking to, it might only be like 3 people. And no wonder everybody's saying no because it's only 3 people. So going by this and looking at like how many, like the numbers, I guess, of like if your goal would be, let's say you'd love to like increase your income by 1,000 in 12 months. This PDF was like amazing. Like my mind was blown this weekend when we saw this. But it literally breaks down like what your monthly goals should be and then what your activity level needs to be. So it breaks down like how many invites you need to do, how many follow-ups, how many new friends added even, and how many new conversations. So I think it takes like literally all the guesswork out of like, well, I don't know how many people to invite, or I don't know how many people I should follow up with, or I don't know how many friends I should like add to my network. This takes that all out of it. And even more, she broke it down to like each week what your focus should be. So I know we stress a lot like with your power hour, like do 2 invites a day, do like 2 coaching invites or 2 challenger invites or whatever. And this actually breaks it down to like the first week only focusing on doing coaching invites in challenge group invites and challenge group follow-ups. And then the second week, and you guys can look at this too, but it focuses on new coach invites and forming. And then this third week is coach follow-ups and forming. And then the second week is new coach or new challenge group invites. So I just really liked it because I'm somebody who I kind of like to like batch my invites. Like if I'm in the groove and I'm inviting people, I like to just kind of go and just do it in batches instead of like, oh, I've done my 2, I'm done. You know, like I kind of get into a groove and I'm like, okay, like I've done 5. This person would be really awesome at coaching. Oh, this person would. And I kind of just get into a groove and I don't want to just like stop at 2 because that's what my numbers say. Like, oh, you're only supposed to invite 2 a day. So I like this because you can kind of batch it if you wanted to, like do all your challenge group invites in 1 week and do all your coaching invites in 1 week or whatnot. And for me, I don't know if you guys have planned out your April yet. I know you're both pretty new. I know, Ashley, you've been coaching for a little bit longer. But if you plan out your month in advance, that way you kind of know what your focus is going to be. And this is something that I honestly wish I would have really known about like 6 years ago when I started. There was like hardly anything we really knew. We really didn't know anything 6 years ago when we started as coaches. There's like nothing. But like just planning out like when are you going to have a free group in April? When are you going to run your next challenge group? If you're going to do a sneak peek group with like your upline, when is she going to do that? So that way you know like the week before that starts, that's going to be what your focus is going to be. So for example, for me, and I'm looking at my calendar, I created this last week or the weekend. April 3rd, I'm running a free group. So my like focus this week is going to be just talking about my free group, inviting people to my free group and to my new coach academy group that I have going on starting on the 3rd too. So like all next week, April 3rd week, my focus is going to be talking and inviting people to my challenge group that's going to be starting on the 17th. That's like all I'm going to do. If other invites come up, obviously I'll send those out, but it's going to be just like challenge group invites and then like challenge group follow-up. So I found that I run my business a little bit different, and still, like, you're still going to send out invites every single day, but it might be a little bit like more focused, if that makes sense, you know?
Okay.
Anyone have any questions about that? Yeah, go ahead, Ash. Oh, no.
Oh, no, I know. I was shaking my head no.
Okay. So today, since we're doing like a full power hour, we're going to kind of go through like everything. We'll do a couple coaching invites just to like get into the groove of it, and we'll do a couple challenge group invites, and then we'll do follow-ups, ads, and reconnects. So we're going to go through it, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys too to show you what, like, literally I'm going to do it, and then you guys can do it whether you want to do it along with me, or we'll like spend like 5 minutes on each task so you guys can kind of see what I am talking about. Okay. People stop messaging in my message thread. Okay, so let's do screen share. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do adding new people to your network. So I highly, highly, highly encourage adding at least 10 new people to your network every single day. And I say 10 because if you send out 10 requests, you might only have like 3 to 5 that actually accept it. So if you want to like grow your network, like let's say you were doing this, increase your income in 12 months, the goal for new friends added is 60. So you're going to want to be doing more than just like 2 ads a week or whatever. So here's how I add people to my network. I'll show you 2 different ways that I add people to my network. The first way is I go up to the friends, like this little friends thing, and I'll go to see all. And it's going to show you all these people that you may know. So I will actually just like add some of these people. I always do though check our mutual friends, because if they have friends that are like coaches already on our team, I won't add them as a friend, just because I don't want to like get into that like, oh well, I'm talking to Ashley and I'm talking to Chrissy and I'm talking to, like, you know, some people are like, you just don't want to mess with that. So like this lady, I'll actually do like click on their photo just to make sure they're like part of my niche a little bit. I have a feeling this lady is maybe a little bit older. I like to just like make sure the people I'm adding are like me. So like people I can relate to. Like I can't really relate to somebody who's maybe like 60 because we're not really in the same place, you know? So not that I wouldn't want to help them, but if I'm going to be adding people to my network, I'd rather have them be like similar to me, so they're seeing my stuff and liking what I'm posting. So let's see this girl. Let's see. So you guys can be doing this as I'm doing it too if you want, and we'll just kind of do it together. So going to the friends tab and going through the people you may know and just kind of looking at who's in there, and then check out their profile to see if they're somebody that you think you would get along with. So this person. This part is it can be kind of tedious, I guess. I'll show you another way that's a little bit faster. Okay, so I'm gonna add her. I'm gonna do like 5 people out of this tab, like people you may know. Jen. Oh, stop. I do not like this. Does anyone know how you can stop? You know, when people comment on a post and it pops up here, does anyone know how you can stop that? That's so annoying.
I have no idea.
No, it's just like randomly started doing that. Another thing, I don't add guys just because I don't want to have to deal with guys.
Yeah.
If they're part of your target market, go for it. Okay, so her I'm going to add. Let's see. She looks like she's a coach. I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'll show you the other way I add people, which is from groups. And you might find, because if you're local, like Ashley, you might find that a lot of people we have like mutual friends with, and they're like, there's a lot of other coaches in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yes.
that's the case, you might want to do the second way I'm going to show you. Because I know
Okay.
I find that happens a lot to me too. So a lot of us live close.
The joys of small towns, right?
Yeah, right. I know. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, she looks cool. Okay, so then the second thing I do is seriously stop. Hide. Turn off notifications. There, maybe that will work. Okay, so the second thing I do is I'm in a ton of different groups, and I've just brought up this group. It's obviously that didn't work. It's due in June 2016. So this was a group I added myself to when I was pregnant with Grayson. And I totally spaced out that I was in this group. So I wanted to share and here, like use this group as an example as to how I add other people to my network that we don't really necessarily have mutual friends with. So something to think about is if you guys are in a ton of different groups that you have interest with, like when I was pregnant with Grayson, I added myself to a lot of different at pregnancy groups. I added myself to this group. I added myself to some mama groups, some just like pregnancy groups. I knew I wanted to have a natural birth, so I added myself to some natural like birthing groups. When I had Jax, I didn't have Jax, but when we got Jax, I added myself to some like yellow lab groups, some Labrador groups, some dog groups, whatever. So definitely thinking about like different things that you have interest in. I know the lady who did our power hour at our training or conference this weekend, she loves hiking. So she added herself to some like California hiking groups. If you are like a nurse, you could add yourself to like some nursing groups. So just any interests you have, add yourself to those groups. And then you're just going to go through the members tab and honestly, just add people to your network. And like I said, some of these people aren't going to add you back. I would definitely check their profile if they're people that you have like no friends in common with, because you don't want to add like some of them you can see their posts and stuff. And like me personally, I don't want to add somebody who's like really, really negative all the time, or they're like throwing out swear words all the time, just because that's not like my tribe. I want somebody who's positive, who's not like throwing F-bombs all over the place, and kind of go from there. Like, she looks cute. I probably would be friends with her, so I'm going to add her. Let's see. So you guys can do this. If you haven't added yourself to any groups, by all means, like start doing that too. Also, I started doing this to add new people. I don't know if any of you guys get added to random groups all the time. So something I've been doing in those groups is I've actually been doing the same exact thing, going through the members tab and looking at people and adding people from those groups, because I figure if other people who have their own network marketing company are going to add me to their groups without asking, I'm going to take advantage of it. So that's another way to kind of use those groups too. So I'm going to add her. And this, like, once you guys get like used to doing this, it gets a little bit faster. Okay, I'll add her. So let's take the next, like, we'll do this until, is everybody doing this as I'm talking? Yeah, okay. We'll do this for like the next couple 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Do her. And it might ask you, like, we recommend sending friend requests only to people you know. You can just say confirm. And also too, like when you add people, it will bring this up. So this is another thing that you guys could do. Just look at like more other people you may know. So I might add her. Who's this lady? I'm going to add her. And I honestly just add like, oh, friends with Sarah. Not going to add her. Oops, not going to do that. Get out of here. Okay. So let's do one more minute. Does anyone have any questions about like adding people?
No,
Make sense? Okay. So
absolutely.
that, oh, no? Okay.
Nope, I'm good.
So that's like the first thing I like to get out of the way when I start my business and like sit down and work my business, is just getting that like new ads out of the way. So I send out 10 of those. And then when people come back and they start not requesting, but accepting your friend request, I do two different things. I will send them a message and just say, I normally say like, hey, thanks for the ad. I saw I usually say Facebook, like, what's the word? Facebook recommended that we be friends because we have a lot of friends in common. So I thought I would add you. So I'll say that to like people who I say that like I added that have mutual friends in common. People I add from the group, I'll say, hey, I saw you were in the June 16 group. Did you have a boy or a girl or something like that? And I just ask a question. And then I have a interest list on Facebook. I don't know if you guys know how to create lists, but you can just go to the friends list tab right here and create lists. So I created quarter one new friends. So I add them to this interest list. So when I come and work, I can literally just go through here and like scroll versus scrolling through on my feed and just like on their stuff, like and comment on their stuff. So when you're liking, commenting on these new people, like your new friend stuff, your stuff is going to start showing up in their news feed. So that's something that you want to just like, if you find yourself scrolling on your like on Facebook, like come to your interest list of your friends or your prospects or whatever you want to call it, and like and comment on their stuff. So to create an interest list is super easy. You just go to that friend list and create list. So like I know I'm going to need one for quarter two new friends. So that's who I'll be adding from April until whenever the end of the second quarter. I'll be adding those people to that list. And to add them, like, okay, this person added me, whoever that was. You just go to friends, recently added, and then under here, add to another list, and then scroll down to, scroll down to quarter one new friends and just add it to them. So she'll pop up in that news feed. Make sense? Okay. So any questions on adding or messaging those people? I might wait until a little bit to message her since it was like literally 2 seconds ago. No questions on adding? Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is connecting. And that's kind of like what I was just doing, like going to different people's like posts and liking and commenting on their stuff. That's one way to connect. Another way to connect is sending hey girl messages. So for me, I like to do that for birthdays. So if you guys go to your thing that says here, let's send out messages to people who have birthdays today. And the easiest way I do this is I just literally like click here and have it just pop up. And I say, hey girl, just wanted to say happy birthday. Happy birthday. How have you been? I hope you had an amazing day. Heart. That's what I say. Copy, paste, send. And I'll do that to all these people. Same message. So let's send out birthday messages. Let me know when you guys are done. And you might find too that some of these people you maybe have never messaged before, so it kind of opens that door to that too. She's a coach, I believe. I don't know who Jared Moe is. Who's Jared Moe? Okay, so I'm probably gonna. Okay. So let me know when you guys are done with your birthday requests or whatever birthday messages. And then what are we gonna do after that? So the connecting to you guys would be, you know, when people add you back, sending them a, hey girl, like I said, hey girl, I saw you were in this group. I like to connect with other stay-at-home moms, or I like to connect with other people who have yellow labs, or, you know, just asking a question too. That can be a connect. So connecting doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It's basically just sending out like a, hey girl. Okay. I'll give you guys one more minute if you still have him to send out. Okay. You guys good?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do, and we're just gonna talk about this because you guys don't have to like post right now, but the next thing is like is sharing. So you're adding people from all these different like groups, right? So you want to make sure that you're sharing and posting about those types of things. So I'm in a lot, like I said, I add a lot of people from like mom stuff. So I'm constantly posting about Grayson. Like tonight I posted about weaning off of breastfeeding. I'm posting about Jack sometimes. I'm posting about just like stuff that I'm adding people from, so they see my post and they're like, oh, she's just like me. You know, and it's not just, I'm not just posting health and fitness stuff. Yes, I still post like one of my fitness posts a day because I'm sharing my journey. Maybe I'll do like a recipe one day, but I'm still sharing like my life as a mom every single day. So whatever, like you might not be a mom right now, but share your life as a wife, or share your life as a wife. That rhymes. Just share your life, and it doesn't just have to be health and fitness. Okay. So really figuring out like what other things are you besides like a coach. You know, I always have my new coaches find 5 things that they're like either really passionate about or even super knowledgeable about, and have them post about those things, or just post about life. Like if you posted before you became a coach, like what were those things you posted about? And now just making sure that it has like a positive twist to it, or maybe it's like an inspiration thing. Like if you find something in your personal development that really inspires you, like share about it and share why it inspires you. So just like remembering that you're more than just health and fitness. Okay. So that's basically the share part of that. And that's, you do that throughout the day. So that's not something we'll technically do right now, but when you're posting, like I always make sure I'm posting like 3 to 5 times a day. Normally is around 4. I post every like 3 hours. So whether you do that, maybe you post every 4 hours, whatever is up to you, but just making sure that you're sharing your journey. So that, I guess on that point too, did everybody do their workout today? This is part of the 4 vital behaviors. So workout.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone with their Shakeology.
Yep.
Okay. Did everyone do their personal development?
Not
Or
yet,
what?
but I will.
I'm doing mine before bed, so I haven't done mine yet. Actually, I did listen to the National Wake Up Call when I worked out, so that could kind of count, I guess. Did everybody listen to the National Wake Up Call?
No, that's after this.
Okay.
Yep, I have to do that still too.
Perfect. It was a really good call.
I was at work.
You were at work?
Yeah.
Well, it's recorded, so you're good to go. So those are obviously the 4 vital behaviors that we do too. Okay, so the last 2, which is probably going to be like a bulk of your power hour. The first one is going to be inviting, which is one of our 4 vital behaviors too. So I'm going to share with you guys like the easiest way I invite people to join me. And it is literally by messaging people who like my stuff. So I'm going to go back from my post yesterday. So if we're going to do inviting, like right now, my focus, I'm inviting people to join my new coach training that's starting next week. So last night I posted a call to action post, and this was it. And I'm going to, all the people that like that post, unless they're a coach, I'm going to message and just say like, hey, thank you so much for liking my post last night about coaching. Have you ever considered being a coach, or were you interested in more details about coaching? So that's one way to do it. If you don't have like an action post that you've just posted, another thing I do is I go to all my like workout posts and I send the same message. Hey, thank you so much for liking my workout post from yesterday. I really appreciate the positive vibes or the positive support or whatever sounds like you, like whatever you would say. And you can either say, have you ever considered joining one of my challenge groups? Or are you on your health and fitness journey too? Or how are you doing with your workouts? Like whatever you feel the most comfortable saying. That's kind of what I put out there for an invite. Now, with this, to make it this like super simple with inviting, you want to make sure that you are putting out some call to action posts. So you don't have to do it with like every workout post, but every couple days I would put out there like, hey, like after you post your thing, like your workout and blah, 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 I got done, like in whatever you want to say with your workout post. And you could say something like, P.S. I'm doing a challenge group. I'm co-hosting a challenge group with my upline, or I'm running a challenge group on this day. If you're interested, comment below or like or something like that. And that means then the next day you can just go to those people and send that same message. Hey, thanks so much for liking my post last night about my workout and my challenge group. Were you interested in coaching or not coaching, but challenge group details? And I count that as an invite. So that's like the easiest way to invite people, in a way that's not like cold inviting because they're liking your stuff, right? So let's do a couple here from these people who liked my post from yesterday. So, and I just open like their whole profile up. Ooh, some of these people are new. I like when new people like my stuff. Come on. Oops, what happened? Okay, so I actually have an Evernote account where I keep my posts, so I can just literally copy and paste it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's smart. Start doing that now. So if you ever have if you find yourself saying the same thing, typing the same thing over and over and over again, like copy and paste it into Evernote, or you could use Google Docs, anything like that. So then when somebody asks like, oh, well, why do you drink Shakeology? You don't have to like spend 5 minutes typing it out again because you have it saved somewhere. I also have like different scripts I use for messages. Like the guide, what am I looking for?
Sorry, I got you sidetracked.
That's okay. Even like the challenge group guide for you guys, like I have the one I have pinned in the Freedom Tribe group. I have that one saved here too, because I still use that. Like I wouldn't say I copy and paste it, but then I tweak it for each person, but at least I don't have to sit there and spend 5 minutes
rewriting the whole
rewriting
thing
it every single time. Yes, because that will take forever.
Horrible.
Okay, let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my coaching one. How come I don't see it? Okay, we're just gonna, oh, here it is. Okay, so I have this saved for likes on coaching posts. That's how I save it, and I just copy and paste. Now we're gonna go to her because she liked it. So I'm just gonna say, Hey Laura, I just wanted to say thank you so much for liking my post. See, and sometimes I have to switch it. Post last night about mom life and coaching. I really appreciate the support and positive vibes. Would you be interested in hearing more about what we do? Super simple. Send. And then I track that. So you're going to want to write her name down, whoever you're sending invites out to. Lauren Paris. Okay, so I'll send out 2 more, and then I'll show you guys like a fitness one. Oh, I should have saved. Okay, so make sure you change the name because that's embarrassing when that happens. Tiffany, and send. So then write Tiffany down. So this would work too, you guys, even if they're not call to action posts. I do this when I share like a glimpse into like what my life looks like as a coach. So like if you one day, you know, like you're working or you're on a team call and you share, like you take a picture of it or you take a picture of yourself like working and posting, like this is like whatever you say with it, something about like your life as a coach. I even go to those people who like those posts and send the same message. Thanks so much for liking my post yesterday about drinking coffee or being able to be home and watch Grayson. Were you ever, or like same thing, have you ever considered coaching, or were you interested in more information about coaching? So it doesn't just have to be on call to action type posts. If that makes, anyone have any questions about that? Like any of this so far with inviting?
No.
Okay. Does it make it seem easy, like easier than maybe?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And that's what I want. Oh shoot. See, when that happens, I never normally put people's names in there because I always forget to change it. Okay, so let's do ones for fitness. Because now let's go back to here. My post, and we're gonna go to the post I posted this weekend on working out. So like tomorrow I'll message these people who liked my post from today. So I normally do it like the next day, not the day of. Oh, where did I work out last? Getting closer. And I would even actually, I'm not going to do this on here because it will take too much time, but even like, so like this post Jen had tagged me in, like this is a great post of all of us working. So she could go to this post and message the people who like this and just say, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. It's the same, like the same type of message, you know, liking my post from, and then just type in there what the post was. And you could say whatever you want. I really appreciate the support. If you're new, you could say, I really appreciate the support since I'm just starting out, and whatever you want to say. You know, it doesn't have to be long. Oh, I don't even know if I posted. Chrissy did. Okay. We might be scrolling for a little bit. But it's the same. Do you guys kind of get the idea? It's the same concept. Thanks for liking my post about my workout yesterday. I really appreciate the positive vibes. Are you on your own health and fitness journey? Or you could say, would you be interested in, if you have a free group coming up, this would be a great time to invite them to that. You could say like, would you be interested in my next free group? Or how are you doing on your health and fitness goals? I always like to say that one, how are you doing on your health and fitness journey? Because then they're either going to be like, I'm doing amazing, I'm killing it in the gym. And then I can be like, that is so awesome that you are like taking the time to invest in yourself. Have you ever considered paying it forward, or have you ever considered doing what I do since you already are like rocking your health and fitness journey? Or if they say, no, I'm really like sucking right now, I really need to get back on the bandwagon or like get back on track, then I can say, I totally understand. That happens to me too, especially over the weekend. Would you be interested in learning more about my next fitness group? So like either way from that like, how are you doing on your health journey? You can go either way. So that's I like ending on that question with people who like my workout posts. I want to find mine so I can send some out with you guys. Apparently I haven't talked about.
I have a question on the fitness group. How often do you do fitness groups?
I run one challenge group a month.
One a month.
Yep. And Claire might have you like be in her next one. I don't know if she's talked to you about this, but I normally have like my new coaches join me in my next one, and they can either like invite people to it or like just be kind of like do it themselves. So it kind of, I would talk to her and see, excuse me, if you're going to do that, unless you're like super comfortable and you like want to rock it and go do your own right out the gate. Normally I'm pretty, like, I would say 98% sure that Claire will probably have you in her next one, unless she's like, I'm going to be having this baby soon. So
well, we started one Monday today. Today's Monday.
So you're already in hers.
I have my first one, going right now. So
Perfect. So then I would just, especially as a new coach, I would just have one once a month.
Okay.
And not overwhelm yourself with trying to like have one every other week or something like that. That way you could have like one challenge group a month. You could do one free group a month. And that way it kind of like helps you funnel in new people, and they can kind of get a feel of like what you're doing. And then I like to like invite all those people to my next challenge group. So makes it easy, because if they're interested in like a clean eating group or like help stay on track type group for like 5 days, they're more than likely going to be interested in like one of your challenge groups down the road. So just an easy way to help like more people kind of get started. And then the challenge pack is kind of like to help them keep going, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because like we're doing, I did the 5-day free clean eating challenge.
Yep.
Is what we're doing right now.
Perfect. So did you add people to that group too?
I do. I have a lot of people in it right now. And I think we've got 6 actually doing the challenge, but then of course the posting every day. And
Perfect.
I just posted my first coach call this morning. So
good. Perfect. Look at you go. So like with all those people, Jax, I know you have to go potty. For all those people you have in that free group, like I personally like to check in with my people, not after the first day because they just started, but like the second day and then the last day, and just message them like, hey, how's it going? What do you like? How is it going with the group so far? And then the last time I message them, I'll say like, hey, how did you like the group? How are you feeling? I have a couple spots left in my next challenge group. Would you be interested in details? Super simple. Like I know when I first started, I used to overcomplicate invites like so bad. Like they used to be like literally, you guys, like seriously, like people would have to scroll to like see the message. It was so bad, so bad. So like now I'm like, keep it simple, get to the point. Like you don't need to send them all the information in your first invite. It just can be, have you ever considered coaching, or how are you doing on your health and fitness journey, or would you be interested in my next challenge group? Like something super simple. So
that's my hardest thing is I'm a rambler, like, oh, and this and this and this, and it just keeps going.
Right.
So.
And it might help you to have that like some type of, and I can show you this, but it's honestly in here. Have like a guide, to follow when somebody's like, yeah, I'm interested in your next challenge group. What are the details? Instead of like being like rambling 1,000,005 things, you could just have like a thing you copy and paste that are just your standard like challenge group details. And I believe I have one in here. to be honest with you guys. All access script. Yep, I have this, like the script I use for the all access pass if people ask that. And this is literally what I send to people when they say, yep, I'd be interested in more details. My computer's being really slow because I have a lot going on here. So it's super simple. Like this is it. So
this is from this is from Misfit, isn't it? Like they have some of these on Misfit too.
They do. And
Okay.
this is one that I just newly like put together.
Did.
So, yeah.
Okay.
With the all access. And I don't know if they have an all access one on there yet. But you could totally do it with like any type of challenge group. I just like leading with the all access, and then if they say they can't afford that, I go down from there and figure out what they can afford and what would still help them achieve their goals. But
okay.
I start with that. So it helps me from not rambling too. And it helps me for like saying the same thing, you know, to explaining the challenge group the same way to every person and not being like, oh shoot, did I tell that person that they got this? Or I told this person they got this and this person they didn't get that. You know, it just keeps it all organized a little bit.
Okay.
So that's in the Freedom Tribe pinned post. Okay, so invites. Any other questions on invites?
I don't think so.
Everything makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is follow-ups. And this is going to be like for when you're tracking people, and I don't know, I guess it depends on how you guys track people, but I hope you invite somebody, you write their name down. And then if they come back and they're like, yes, I'd like more information. Like for me, I'll share with you guys how I track. It is not really organized. It's not really pretty. It's not really techy. It's not any of those things. It's pen and paper on a notebook, literally. So when I send out an invite, like this Fiona, I sent her an invite about coaching, and then she was like, yeah, I'd like more information. So then I highlighted her name because I sent her a What is Coaching webinar. So I know now I need to go follow up with her and be like, hey, this was actually a long time ago, and I'll just say like, hey, I just wanted to follow up and see what you like best about the video I sent you yesterday. Do you have any other questions? Super simple. So somebody who maybe I sent information about to my challenge group, it's the same thing. When I put like a CP next to it, or a B for business and CP for challenge pack, I do the same thing. Hey, I just wanted to check in to see if you had any questions about the last post or the last message I sent you. Were you still interested in my next challenge group? Super simple. Also, that would be like my first follow-up. So the fortune is in the follow-up, you guys, and something we have to remember is that normal people aren't on Facebook checking their messages, going through their messages every single day. So you might have to send out a couple follow-ups before somebody's finally like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you so much for reminding me. I am interested in X, Y, and Z. So people literally tell me all the time, like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I had messages in here. Or like, I'm so sorry, none of these messages showed up in my whatever messages. Thank you so much for reaching back out. And I might have sent them like 5 follow-ups, you know, and they're finally like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see all these. Thank you so much for checking in again. Yes, I want to join you. So don't feel like if you have to send a few follow-ups, don't feel like you're bothering people, because more than likely maybe they did see it, because now we can tell them when people see our messages, right? But maybe they did see it, but maybe they were like checked it on their phone and they're like, okay, I'll reply to them when I get home, or I'll reply to them after the baby goes down for a nap, or I'll reply to them when I get home from work, or something, you know, like whatever. They just see it and they don't reply on their phone. So just always remembering, like, normal people aren't like us checking their messages and replying to messages, making sure that their inbox is like has no messages in it. Normal people aren't like that. So just reminding you might have to follow up with people more than once. So like, I do believe I have a follow-up like message somewhere. I don't know if I have it in the Freedom Tribe group. We're gonna check because then it will make it a lot easier if it's in here. Oh, it's under the new scripting resources. I believe there is in here for, it's under Raina's scripting. She has like, in here I have like a couple different ways, like a couple different, like follow-up number 1, follow-up number 2, follow-up number 3. So they all are different. So like, yeah, follow-up for the first time is, hey, I'm just following up to see if you, to see what you thought, to see if you had thought any more about coaching or joining my group or whatever. If you sent a video or something, I usually like to say, I just wanted to follow up to see what you thought about the video or like best about the video. If they don't answer to that, you can, like, I usually wait a couple days and then send something like this, reminding, put their goals in there. And then the third time, putting that in. If they don't reply after that, I normally would leave it for like a week or 2 and then maybe just do like, hey girl, how's your week going? Or how have you been? It's been a couple weeks since we chatted last. How are the kids? How's work going? How, I saw you went on vacation, or how's the puppy doing? You know, like just a follow-up that has nothing to do with what you were talking about. And then once you're like, kind of get back into that thing, you could say, hey, I know you were interested in my last group last month. I have another group coming up and I have a couple spots. Would you be interested in joining? So it's just like you kind of throw it in there somewhere once you're like going back and forth. So that's the follow-up process. So we can do a couple of those if you guys want to go through and do a couple of those. For me, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go through this list that I have from people I've sent stuff out to, and I'm going to just send out the message to them. So some of them I already did today. So if you guys, do you guys have like a list of people that you've sent stuff out to from like tracking?
I do.
Okay, so let's go through and send out a few follow-ups from those people. And I just type in their name and then go from there and see what. So like this girl I sent. Oh, we were talking about challenge group. Okay, so I have another, well, yeah, I'm going to invite her to my group I have on the 3rd then. So I'm going to say the same thing. Hey, how was your weekend? I just wanted to check in because I have a couple spots left open in my April 3rd fitness group. I know you were interested in the past, so I just wanted to invite you. Would you be interested in details? Actually, I'll do a smiley face. So that is obviously my second follow-up to her. So I'll send that to her. Let's see, who else? Kendra. Okay, so let me see. So she actually said, this girl actually said that she wasn't interested until like the beginning of June. So I still want to follow up with her to like keep that relationship going and not just be like, okay, peace out. I'll just come back in June and be like, hey, you know, so I'm just going to follow up with her and just be like, hey, how was your weekend? Anyone have any questions at all yet about following up? I try and keep things super simple, you guys, so I hope you can see that. especially now with having Grayson, like I don't have all day to just sit here and like twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah.
So
I've got 3. I understand it.
yeah, so you just need something that's like, and obviously it's taking us a little bit longer because I'm like showing you, searching for things, like we're going over.
No, you're fine. I have a question. Like if I wanted to do the YouTube Beachbody, what is Beachbody coaching through YouTube? What are the best ones? Like what are some of your favorite ones that you like to send?
That's about coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have my own that I send. Just
Okay.
Claire probably has one.
Okay.
There is probably, I'm gonna say there's probably some on the Misfit, I don't think on the website, but I believe on the Misfit YouTube channel. There's Andrea. I know Andrea has done a few. But if you don't have your own yet, which is something I highly suggest doing eventually, like when you feel more comfortable,
Okay.
I would kind of see, like, find one that you really like. Like, what did Claire send you one?
I don't think so. I think Claire and I just did a lot of talking.
Okay.
Like Claire and I have had like a 2-year relationship going back and forth and dealing with stuff. So it's been kind of just mainly a vocal up until I signed up, and then I started doing more of the videos and stuff like that.
Okay, so there is a couple on here. So I personally, like if I were you, I would go on here and watch these two. You don't have to watch them like from start to finish, but you could like scroll through them and see which one that you feel the most comfortable doing. They're probably going to be kind of similar, but I see that they're kind of different too. So that's just kind of what I would do.
Okay.
I don't know I personally don't know if there's any in the, like our online office, but there might be some on like the Teen Beachbody website or like YouTube channel too. But I just send ones that I've watched that I feel connected to them. Or if I'm talking with a coach and like I can't relate to them at all, I'll either ask in like the Freedom Tribe group or in like another group, like, does anybody know a coach who is a mom of twins that is coaching and has been successful, or is a mom of blah, 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 or isn't a mom or something like that. And I'll try and find like another coach who could relate to her and see if they have a What is Coaching webinar to send them.
Okay.
So, but that's what I do. I know Claire probably maybe has one too. You could use hers if you wanted to. But that's how I do it.
Okay.
Sound good?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then the last thing that we do is, or you could do this first too, check in with your challenge group. So, buddy, I know I'm almost done. Then I'll take you out to go to the bathroom. Jax is like, my dog, his name is Jax, not my baby. Mm-hmm. He's sitting here whining because he has to go potty. So I check in my, the challenge tracker app. I'll check in with my girls in there. And I personally prefer to do this on my phone because it's a lot quicker. So like I go through and like comment and like on their posts, and I also do this in my my ongoing, like I have an ongoing customer. That's not it. An ongoing customer group that I add people to that I go through, and I've already checked in there with my workout for the day. But I'll probably check in there like, how was everybody's Monday? Did you get your workout in? How was everyone's, or I'll say, how was your Monday? Did you guys get your workouts in? Hashtag never miss a Monday. Okay, so checking in to make sure you check in with those. And I've already checked in with like my team pages today, but that's another thing that you can do if you have extra time. I highly suggest, if you only have like an hour to work do not get sucked into checking notifications in groups because you will waste a ton of time doing that.
Okay.
Anyone have any questions before I stop screen sharing and get out of here? Want to see anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Did that help? I hope.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, so we can click this. Does anyone have any questions? Otherwise,
No,
no?
I'm good.